I think car thieves are pussies, dude.
Well, they don't. Of course, like
They do it in the middle of the night.
do you know how
when
crazy
nobody's
of a
around.
thief you got to be like an altercation-based thief?
Yeah, a broad daylight car thief. He has a gun. That guy has a gun.
Yeah.
He's like, no problem. You want to catch me stealing your car? I'm gonna shoot you.
That guy's
middle of
like-
the night thief.
That guy's like, I want you to see that I stole your car.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Middle
sure.
of the night thief is kind of like, you know what? Have a good time.
But tomorrow morning,
Just
you're gonna be pissed.
we will deal with this tomorrow. And if we happen to cross paths, I'm sorry. But
I'll
your
run
truck
away.
fits perfectly into one of these containers.
Sometimes you're just sponsored by a meat deli. Just a bunch
Sometimes
of
your meat
meats.
deli. I thought the pink hat was good. I thought that was a good choice.
I think that when you were walking in there and you bought that, you made mistakes for sure.
Guess me how much it was. Guess me. I don't know. Who
$25.
$9.50.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say $90, and I was gonna lose it.
Of course you were, because who would buy a hat at Schwartz's Deli in Montreal for $90?
Somebody who really likes smoked meat, dude.
You know how much you don't even really have to like smoked meat to buy a $9 hat.
I mean, can you give me a side profile?
You can hate the hat,
I don't know, dude. I don't know how I feel
dude.
about a
$9.
white.
Of
Yeah, but a whole white hat?
course.
That hat's getting dirty the first time you walk outside with.
That's why it's $9.
Man, what a journey it is to get to this fucking point.
Yeah.
A lot of trips to Best Buy.
And a lot of wrong purchases.
A lot of wrong purchases, but I learned my lesson. You know what I learned?
You know what I've learned before I cut you? I'm going to cut you off.
Do
You
it.
don't learn well. It takes a lot.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Oh, were you?
I was about to say what I learned is I should just whatever you say the first time, I'm taking it face value
Would love that.
from now forward.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We got a new segment called a news update. You want to see it?
Oh, sure. I didn't even. Great. This is world's best.
World-
You're an uncle now? Again?
No.
For a 15th time? Is that a new? Are we somehow?
My little niece got it for me. She has no idea how bad of an uncle I am.
How little is she? Is she so little that it
She's
wasn't
gonna be
actually
6.
purchased by her? Yeah,
And it wasn't purchased, but it
that's-
was my
okay.
sister.
Okay.
100%.
So it's almost meaningless.
So
Did I say that out loud?
It hurt. Yeah, it hurt
Oh,
actually.
I'm sorry.
So
Well, you were
because-
saying you're a bad uncle.
Well,
I just
because realistically,
agreed.
she probably doesn't care if I'm a good or bad uncle right now. You know,
all she
just
cares about is do you play with her when you're hanging out?
and how much money do I give? She loves money.
She likes. Oh, okay. She's
Yeah, when I
6?
was-
I guess
when
yeah,
I-
6.
when I
They
was
like.
home
They
last-
like.
They implemented a swear jar for her now. Holy, she filled that sucker up.
She swears and she puts money in it. How does
No,
that work?
I was swearing, and she was just
Oh.
coming over and collecting.
Oh wow. How much money did you give her?
I think that night I gave just that night alone $25.
$25. How much per swear?
5.
That's a lot.
College is expensive.
Yeah. Is she gonna go to that?
Probably not.
She's 6 now, so in 10 years she'll be Asian. Is that how that works?
I don't know if that equation works with Italians.
I'm pretty sure you become, if you live long enough in Canada, you're just like
You just become somebody else.
become somebody else.
Like Montreal was loaded with all sorts of peeps.
Man, Montreal there was so many people there. They felt like that there were too many cars on the road and they stole your truck. Remember that? Man, I can't believe that your truck got stolen on the night of my wedding.
The night of your wedding, we were out there having a good time, partying.
It doesn't even
Jacked
make
it.
sense.
It makes sense to the people who stole it. Still don't have it back yet. The guy said 2 months.
It's such an inconvenient truck to steal. It's huge.
Yeah, apparently they're very valuable in wherever they take them.
Oh yeah, in Africa?
Yeah.
How
in
did
Ghana.
you get a number? Did you get asked for a quote?
No, they for how much it's worth. I thought
kids.
about it.
I mean, honestly, you're gonna be like, guys, truly sell it to them. I'll take the. Can I rob myself? Is that an option?
Like the whole time, the only thing that pissed me off is that it just didn't stay stolen. It's so much more inconvenient to get your vehicle stolen and found because you have to pay for the damage.
The fact that you, like, does that happen often? Does the cop say that they have found vehicle? Hey, we're good at this. You know,
I don't think so.
Did the cop throw you the keys? Like, no shocker here. Fucking,
No, I
do
think
this
he
every
drove
day.
it there and parked it there. I think he was in on it.
Oh, okay. And he just, for some reason, you were like, he talked to you. He's like, you know what? I kind of like this guy.
I just feel like I needed to get out of there with my truck because if
Yeah,
I didn't, it wasn't going to be there anymore.
What?
The option he gave me was like, you could just leave it here, go back to Ottawa, call your insurance company to get it towed back to Ottawa. And I was like, you think if I leave my truck here overnight again, or like, are you thinking they're going to come pick it up right now? Like, no, definitely not.
Huh.
Yeah. Also, super sus. He found it 2 hours after I reported it stolen. 2 hours.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
2 hours.
I reported it stolen. Called. Hey, I got your truck, dude. Got it.
So you're saying that maybe they don't even report these things most of the time.
I think they do, dude. I think just if it was a regular weekday, maybe they would have just put it right on the sea can and it would have been, see you later.
See you later.
Right by the water, in the truck. A week before I came to your wedding, my buddy sent me a post on like Instagram saying, hey, be weary, Toyota Tundras fit in sea can containers perfectly. And it was a picture of a Toyota Tundra parked right inside. And I was like, dude, that's what insurance is for, you know?
No kidding. Perfectly
And then
fit in there.
and then they perfectly fit with the mirrors out, everything. They perfectly fit.
What about Fords?
They don't want Fords.
No, they don't want those. Why? They're not as valuable.
Harder to steal.
Harder to steal.
Yeah.
Are you a Ford man now?
I'm going to be an anything else than a 3-window man, that's for sure.
Wow.
I can't stand it, dude. It's 2 months. The guy said 2 months to fix a window and the dashboard that's ripped out.
So what are you driving now? That Ram? Is it
that ramrod, dude.
Is it like standard? Is it going to be a standard or 1500 truck? Is that even available?
What do you mean a standard? Like a manual?
Yeah, like you gotta.
So I'm driving a transport truck.
You throw out your shoulder every time you got to shift in a gear.
Yeah, they gave me like a base model Ram.
I kind of like that for you.
Do I look like a base model guy to you?
No, but you're Italian. Italians always want the highest. Dude, right now, Ford's got a crazy deal.
Well, I can't do anything right now. I don't have my truck.
So why is Toyota so easy to steal?
I don't know what they did, but they ripped out the front dash panel and they were plugging things in.
So the screen was still there, just that like...
It wasn't that part. It's the part to the left of the steering wheel, just all ripped out. Things were unplugged. Can you believe that shit?
Those spark plugs, they call them.
Yeah.
Back in
It's
the
like
day.
a whole little motherboard. Spark
probably-
plugs, guess what?
What?
Yanked them out.
They took them.
A lot of them.
They took them with them.
Nope, still in there, but yanked out.
Yeah, yanked out. They know which plugs.
Do you understand how fucking pissed I am that this happened to me? Like, why does it
You
have to
weren't
happen?
even upset in the moment.
No, now I'm pissed.
Well,
Then I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's gone. Insurance, whatever. Like, it's going to be fine. Now I'm just like, look how inconvenienced I am. I'm
Dude,
just
now you
inconvenienced.
have a more full life. You know? You just have
Yeah.
you just have
Do I?
expanded the reality of your world.
Yeah, I've expanded the reality that you could have a good time and a bad time at the same time.
You didn't even have a time. You were just
Bad times happen to good people all the time.
I think that's the first time in my life I've ever been speechless.
Like when you found that out,
Yeah. I was like,
because you called me and you were like, dude, like I'm going to breakfast and like going to have a great time with all of my family and friends for my wedding.
and I didn't.
You didn't?
No, because, oh my God, did I even tell you what happened to me?
Wait, what happened?
Oh. Okay, so your truck stolen, found in 2 hours after you reported it, which is literally insane.
Insane already.
So I have to go and I have to like pick up stuff at the venue and put it in the car and bring it back to the condo and like unload all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a brunch at 2:00.
Which is not really brunch. Can we just
It's like lunch brunch. No, like the thing is like a themed thing at this place that my
Okay, I
wife
hear you.
booked, and the family's going there. And I went to bed super late. I was like, wedding night was great. I went to bed like 4. So 2 p.m. comes really fast. And I had drank Friday with everybody. Saturday, we
Yeah,
were
you
drinking.
did.
We were drinking. So I'm a little agitated that, we got to get moving so quick. I got to make decisions. My brain's kind of scattered. I go downstairs. I'm loaded up with all this stuff. And I'm like to the valet guy. I was like, hey, can you get my car? He's like, yeah, no problem. Comes back with my car, hands me the key. And then inside the little thing there's no key, but I don't realize that yet. So I'm walking and I go to unlock the car and nothing's happening. Like the car itself is not unlocking. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm trying to unlock it and I look and there's no key. So my brain tells me that I need the key. I go back to the valet guy. I was like, hey, do you have my key that was inside this fob? And he says, no, I do not, because he's French. It's Quebec.
That was your... Okay.
Yeah, that was it. And that was my impression. That's the whole guy. That's the whole character of this whole story. And he's got a few more lines. So I'm like, you lost my key. I was French too. You lost my key. And he looks at me, and then this is what I can't deal with this at all. Like oh, you turn that echo cancellation on too. I can't deal. This can't be on while recording. Son of a bitch. All right.
I didn't turn it on.
I know, neither did I. All right.
Were we supposed to?
I should have.
So what happens now? We're done.
No, we're good. I'm just saying for echo's sake. We're good. We have equipment. We're using professional audio.
We're using professional audio equipment. We're not.
We're not freaking professionals. So I wish I would have done this to the valet guy. I'm like, you have my key somewhere. Please, can I have my key back? And he's like, looks in his pockets. He doesn't have the key. So I start to kind of in my mind be like, I'm fucked because I don't have this key, but I have an app on my phone. So I open the car with the app. I load everything in. I can't start the car because it says the key's not there. So I think that's the problem. I don't have the key for the fob. So I go back to the guy. I'm like, hey, man, you got to help me. Like, you got to help me find this key because he kind of brushed me off before. And he's like, I don't know where it is. I was like, well, look for it. Like, you can't just, what are you doing? Like, help me.
It's your job.
It's just your job.
You're the key guy.
And then I go to the guy in the front, like the manager guy, and I was like, hey, the valet lost my key. Can you help me? He's like, I don't know. I don't know about the key. Like, I was like, okay, well, I can't have you guys just standing here. Like, please, even just go in the back and like put books.
Pretend to look for it.
Just pretend, like lie to me. I don't even care. As long as I don't see you just like welcoming people into the hotel, I'll feel way better. So then I go outside and I go on all fours. I start looking under the car. And then the valet guy comes beside me and he gets on all fours. And it occurs to me in that moment that he didn't even look on the ground until now. He saw me. He's like, oh, shit, good idea. Maybe I'll help you. This is fantastic. But this guy's thinking. This guy really wants to find that key. So I'm frustrated. The valet guy goes to fucking smoke break. I don't even know. Nobody gives a shit about this. They're like pretending. He's like, I'm going to go watch the video. And as soon as somebody says, I'm going to go watch the security footage, you're like, you could, this is legit 15 minutes. You could take 2 smoke breaks if you want. You could have a croissant if you wanted to. So my brother's walking on the street because it's my wedding and my whole family's there. And he sees me and I'm like, man, the valet lost my car key. And he's like, what? And he's like, let me see your key. And he's like, oh, the key, though, you should still be able to start the car without the actual key. The key is just an emergency key.
It's just an emergency key, yeah.
So I was like, oh. And I start looking at the fob, and I was like, this isn't my fob key. Like, it's a little older than mine. It's the same car, same thing.
But it's not yours.
It's just a little more faded. Like, I would say, like, maybe 10 to 15% more faded than mine.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 10 to 15 years more faded.
No. Just like 10 to 15%. Like, mine's, like, pretty black and new. This one's, like, whatever. So they're watching game tape like they're playing the Super Bowl.
They're playing fucking
I go to the valet desk after an hour of this. So 2 o'clock is fast approaching. I had already called my wife. I was like, this is ruining this brunch that you plan. I hate it. I'm like, I hate it. Let's start this marriage with a fight. And then I'm like, oh, I'm losing my mind about this thing. So because I'm not going to get mad at these people because as soon as I get mad at the guy, I was getting mad at the guy and the guy's like, I feel bad. And I'm like, listen, man, it's not about feeling bad. It's about helping me. Shit happens. Just help me. Like, don't just fucking smoke in my face and blow in my face. Like, what the hell? So I go into the valet key box and I look and my key's fucking right there. And I just grab it and I'm like, hey, and I don't even know why I said anything, but I just went up to the lady in the front desk. I was like, hey, I'm good. You're going to have a guy. I don't even know if you know, but there's a couple guys looking for this key.
There's like 6 guys.
If anybody here says, is the key guy around? Maybe nobody even asks, but I'm checking out. Okay, I'm done with this hotel. Please leave me alone. So I fucking leave with all this shit. And then I go to the brunch, which I have like the immigrant mentality where like if I hinted that I didn't think it was a good idea 4 months ago, but we do it now, I'm just as in that same energy I was 4 months ago. I'm like, oh,
worse.
I'm like, how dare you make this decision? And then we go to the brunch and it's like a boozy brunch at like a cool, like Montreal place.
Yeah.
But it's too cool. Like the women there have just like pieces of leather duct taped onto their privates. It's like it's amazing. It looks like a. It looks if you were 25 and you had gone to this brunch, you would never need to leave. There was a DJ. It was sexy in there. Like
bottomless mimosas.
Every girl had enough tattoos that you were like, yeah, I don't know what that is, but why do they all have 8? Like it's like enough to make you curious. They were breaking glasses like they had $1 million budget for glassware. It was crazy. I saw 8 champagne glasses get broken 2 times. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense in a shift.
Like a whole tray gone.
Gone. A girl literally spilled so much shit on her white top. She was just like, oh, another day at the office. I'm like, who the fuck? How do you work here? How do you apply here? You just come in naked? That doesn't make sense. So I go to the brunch and I get in there and the music is friggin'
No, it's not. Not at 2 p.m. I guess.
It's a boozy brunch in Old Montreal. It's blasting. So I'm already in the mood where I don't even want to be there, but I can't show that to anybody, obviously.
No.
So I'm just like, I kiss my wife. I'm like, I sit away from her because I'm like, this is you. You did this to us.
We're gonna be in trouble.
We're gonna be in trouble. I go sit with my parents. I don't even eat food because I was like, I had eaten some food at the hotel. I was like stressed out or whatever. And then just the fucking brunch was that pounding bass music till I just said, okay, we're good. I spent enough time, said hi to everybody again, did the thing, and then left. That was it.
And then you found out my truck was stolen in that process.
Yes, and then immediately following that, whoever God was like, no, more stress is coming. Your friend's truck stole. Well, I found out on the way kind of doing all the errands, and then that was when I was like, holy shit. And I was telling everybody your truck was stolen. Then I found out my new aunt, her vehicle stole 3 times, except on the 3rd time she caught the guy in the act and shoot him away like a bee.
I would love to have caught those guys. Would love to.
I think what you would have realized is that they are, because my aunt is like, she's not like a super old lady, but she's not young. So if she shoot away a guy in the middle of the night in her driveway, the guys who were probably robbing your truck are like dweebs. They're probably like Pokemon trainers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guarantee you the guys have like a fucking basket with apples and bananas in the back and shit. That's who steals trucks.
I think car thieves are pussies, dude.
Well, they don't, of course. Like,
they do it in the middle of the night.
Do you know how crazy of a thief you got to be like an altercation-based thief?
Yeah, a broad daylight car thief. He has a gun. That guy has a gun.
Yeah.
He's like, no problem. You want to catch me stealing your car? I'm going to shoot you.
That guy's
middle of the night thief?
That guy's like, I want you to see that I stole your car.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Middle of the night thief is kind of like, you know what? Have a good time.
But tomorrow morning, you're gonna be pissed.
We will deal with this tomorrow. And if we happen to cross paths, I'm sorry, but your truck fits perfectly into one of these containers. And I happen to work in this job, and the HR department recently faxed down a memo that said, "Guys, we're in luck.
We're on the lookout."
Fucking Tundras. Who the hell's measuring this? You know what I mean? Like, who's like, hey, we figured this out. We've been trying to fit these fucking things. It was just
like to wake up that morning at 10:30, and we have to check out at 11. Jesse's in shambles. Like, he's sick, hungover 3 days in a row. I'm like, Michaela, can you just like stir up all of this? Like, I was helping her pack. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get the truck, bring it around.
Yeah.
Bring the stuff down. I go. I think I'm gonna be sweet. I get coffee before I even find out about the truck. I'm like, I'm gonna get some coffee, which is right around the corner. I'm waiting, and it's a fucking artisanal coffee shop in Montreal. They take me 25 minutes. 25 minutes to get me an Americano, which was terrible anyways.
That's Europe, baby.
Yeah, I'm all happy. I grabbed the coffees. I even got a cookie, put it in the middle. I'm like walking around the corner. I have like a happy dance because I'm like, this is a great weekend. It was the most amazing time I've had in God knows how long. And I turned the corner, and I had to do like a quadruple take because I was like, there's no way it's possible that my truck is not there. Like, because I never would have fathomed that in my lifetime.
Never.
That the truck would not be there.
How could
have
it
you
not
ever?
be there?
Because now in my head I'm thinking, oh, it's possible for your vehicle to be stolen. But before that moment, I'm like, never have I ever turned a corner and my vehicle not be where I put it in my whole life. And I've had many vehicles, right? Many vehicles. Mm-hmm. Turn the corner, truck's gone. What the fuck? I text Michaela, hey, like, my truck's not here. And she's like, what? LOL? Because, like, that doesn't make sense. Has anybody ever texted you that before? Like, that's not a real
LOL, because that doesn't make sense.
I'm like, hey, did Jesse leave yet? Can you tell him, like, hold on? Like, I don't know where my truck is. And then Jesse messages me, and he's just like, what do you mean your truck's not there? So by this time, I'm walking back. And when I get up the stairs, he's like, so your truck's just not there? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know what to do. I've never been in this situation. I have to, like, Google, what do you do if your truck's not in the parking spot you put it in?
You didn't think that it was stolen?
No, I thought it was towed, but that didn't make sense to me because I put it in a spot that it could not have been towed in. But I checked. I called the city, and they're like, when it came out of his lips, when he's like, no, we have no record of your truck being towed, I'm like, still not thinking it's stolen. I think my truck has just disappeared in thin air. It's a magic trick.
Yeah.
Until
Toyota recalled it.
I looked at my fucking GPS and was like, yeah, Toyota recall. They took my truck. There's something. Yeah, you don't need it anymore. We're taking it back. And it's more believable that it got repoed than it got stolen at that point. And I'm like, no, I paid my bills. Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I looked at my phone, GPS, last park spot, and I was like, Jesse, we got to go there. We got to hunt these guys down. And then the day went on from there.
Well, what'd you find when you went there to the first place?
Dude, I went there, and it was a chop shop. It was in the sketchiest part of Montreal I've ever been in.
How far away from where you were?
Probably 15 minutes more south towards, like, southwest, kind of towards Ottawa. But, like, it was in a very sketchy part of Montreal I've never even seen. And I'm, like, looking around. Like, I was like, Jesse, you stay in the car. Like, I'll go for a walk. So I'm, like, looking around. And it said my truck was, like, parked in this, like, warehouse-looking thing. But I was like, I don't see any signs of, like, this being an impound yard. Because if this was, like, a private towing company, I believe it.
Yeah.
Sure, it's in a yard. Dude, I'm looking in the windows of this place that's closed because it's a holiday weekend. Why would it be open on Sunday? I look in. There's just car parts everywhere. And I'm like, oh, my car's just being dismantled back there. That's cool. What's going on? Yeah. And then me and Jesse waited, called the cops, dude, and made the police report. And the guy's like, yeah, your truck's stolen, dude. It's probably on its way to Africa right now. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, we're doing a sting operation tomorrow. If we get it back, we'll call you.
But why?
And he smiled.
But why the airport?
Well, it was close to the airport. They found it close. Yeah. Well, that's close to where the port is as well. The airport, and then there's the water. It's like 10 minutes from each other.
Airport, waterport.
It was one of the craziest
at the airport.
I'll never forget your wedding now in my whole life.
I don't even think that it's possible to ever forget that moment. You'll see that moment with a vivid reality for the rest of your life.
Every time I park my truck somewhere now, I just got to be like thinking it's gone when I come back.
Well, you know what I will say is how you said, oh, I've never had the feeling where I turn a corner and I don't see my car, is we have parking 2 and parking 4. My space in my building is in P4.
Yeah.
So out of convenience, sometimes you'll just leave the car in P2. But if I don't tell my wife or she doesn't tell me, sometimes you're just like, oh, it's in P2. But the first few times that ever happened, you're like, what the hell? And then you remember. So that moment, I'm almost like, oh, I know. I'll be like, the moment that happens and it's in an area it's not towed. Plus, good question here. Did you inspect the area? Was there broken glass?
Nothing. They're professionals. Nothing.
Huh. So they got in without breaking the window, but why is your window
No, they broke the window. They just know how to do it where the glass goes inward and not outward.
Huh.
Because inside the back seat, it looked like a movie set. It looked like somebody busted through the window and like did like a front flip.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, and it's that big back window?
No, it's the back passenger window.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. Completely dusted.
Well, because when I was walking the other day and when we were in Montreal, I was there. I saw a Volkswagen that had a window was broken in the back right passenger.
Yeah,
And,
that's what they do.
but there was a bunch of different glass on the street.
The
car was still there though.
Yeah, for me, they probably broke that and they were like, we don't want this piece of shit car. Yeah.
They're hard to steal, the Volkswagens.
Really?
Yeah, another car hard to steal.
Toyota, turns out, you just sit in it and it just says take me. It just says take me away. They don't have to do anything.
Evidently, they don't seem to give a shit.
I hate it.
Hard to steal just means that it's stealable. It just means it's hard.
It's harder than they want it easy. It's got to be quick because when you break the window, the alarm is going off. You got to be quick.
Yes.
You got to be quick.
Yeah. And Toyota's like, let's make sure
it's easier.
It's quick.
So that, it's super quick.
Yeah. How quick did the cops say?
Probably instant. No, it just
imagine the cop was like, we did it. I mean, they did it in. They did it in really quick. They did it really quick.
I fucking know that they're in on it, dude. I know it.
Well, how wouldn't they be in on it?
I don't know.
I think it's funny to think that there are operations that happen in a city that like cops don't know about. Because crime is like
your job.
Crime is so in the open. You know what I mean? Like you can't really hide crime.
You can't hide stealing a car.
If you're hiding crime, you're not good at it. You're not reaping the benefits of crime.
Yeah, you got to be better at it.
Yeah, like you can't be in the mob and like nobody dies. Then you're not a mob. You're just a bunch of guys that play cards.
And drink espresso every day.
Yeah. You're not a mob. You're just friends.
Speaking of the mob, I saw your Mr. Clean commercial.
Oh, the mob is tied into that. I like that.
Yeah, apparently.
That's an interesting segue. How did the mob affect you in that moment?
It really it made me really want to clean my apartment.
Yeah, that was a short version of it. Actually, there's a longer.
Oh, there's a longer version than that.
I think it's going to be released at Cannes.
I don't know what that is.
Cannes Film Festival, the International French.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Your commercial at
so.
Cannes.
I think there's like a 3-minute where the guy's like the guy's like depressed. He's like, I can't clean my house.
That's the only way that the investors of the mob will get their return back on the commercial.
You know what's so lame? If anybody was actually like a legit fan of mine, I one time made like a video that was called Dust, and it was like about how dust is like fucking you up. So the fact that I just made that joke right now, I'm like, obviously I have aspirations of making a cleaning film for Cannes Film Festival. You know, I'm like seeding this into my life pathetically.
It was a good commercial. Not your best one.
Not your best. Wow. Thank you. You know, I have little creative control over what happens. It's not like they hire me and they're like, you know what? We were thinking of doing this. But what do you think?
I imagine you going to the set of a commercial and they're like, hey, we just want to run a couple things by you and then you let us know what you want to do.
Hey, do you do stand up and think you're funnier than all of us? Well, we also think that too, so you should just do whatever you want. Do you swear a lot? Yeah, say fuck in this commercial as many times as you can. Please, actually. That would be great. No, they're like, it's all planned out.
Yeah, somebody sent it to me. Like my buddy Austin, that he's like, is this Jordan?
You know what's funny is people always will send something like that and be like, is this you?
But they know it's you.
But they know it's you.
What did he say? He told me, he's like, I like what he's doing with his characters.
Yeah, when I was working at the Jays and the DoorDash commercial was out, the manager, and I don't think he ever really liked me.
Of the Jays.
Yeah, so sometimes when somebody doesn't like you, but they give you a compliment because the whole dynamic you've created with them is sort of that you're not going to shit talk you.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hey, that was good acting." I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
It sounded like fuck you.
Yeah, yeah. It was like,
yeah.
He was almost saying like, I fucking hate that I have to see you in my privacy in my own home.
I just don't understand the whole Jays dynamic to me. It was like this brief period in your life where things seemed amazing.
Yeah.
Because you worked for like a baseball team that you like in the city that you love.
To you, they seemed amazing.
So I'm telling you, from my perspective, because I'm like, I get to go there, like I get some merch every once in a while, like we get to go to games, like it just seemed like it was fun and exciting. Yeah. But on your end, terrible time.
Well, you know what? It is really just me though. Like it's just I can't be in those environments.
What, like an office space?
I probably could now, like more as you get older, you could, because you have so much more wisdom, and you're like, yeah, but like I'm not happy doing that. Like every day we meet about something that makes it's like, you know how easy this is. We could solve this today. I gotta talk about it again with your thing and your nose and your face. Like I hate it. And then we all get coffees and we're all talking shit. That's all corporate business is. It's like, all right, this guy's a fucking, everybody's like, everyone's doing that. And then I'm the type of guy that I feed into that, and it makes it more if you can just be the easy going, everything's okay. I'll try a little bit, but not a lot. But when I need to,
we're not like
you're
that,
gonna last forever. They're gonna put a picture of you up there in the place.
Oh yeah, they are.
You smiling, shaking, something. Like they're gonna really celebrate you.
I got fired from my first corporate job.
Which job was that?
I was a recruiter for the government.
I
was a recruiter for I was like a job recruiter. I worked for like a recruiting firm in Ottawa.
Dude, when you say that, it feels like that's a time where we would wear Argyle. I don't know why.
I worked at Tip Top then, so I was wearing Argyle.
That's just like, yeah, right? We would wear Argyle back then.
Argyle. I think I've only worn Argyle a couple times in my life, and I liked it a lot.
Before we get back on this Argyle topic, because I know the store we're going to talk about, what was the feeling when you got fired?
It was like the turning the corner and not seeing my truck there. There is no way in my life I could get fired. I'm too good at everything I do. Turns out, fired immediately.
I had a way different scenario because I had a conversation with my manager, like 4 days just before the weekend, where. And, like, you can't blame anybody for this. But he was basically saying to me, like, are you happy here? Like, you okay? Everything good? You know what I mean? Everything okay? And I was like, no, it isn't. Like, the problem that I had there was, and I can't get into too much detail, Alabama.
Obviously.
I had just called shit way too early. And it ended up happening, like I said, it was going to happen. But just way too early. When you're too early, they stone you. You know?
Yeah,
that's like Rome shit.
You are too early.
I'm way too early.
You too early on everything.
Too fucking early.
Too early with your advice.
I'm so early, people think this guy's a prick. What the fuck is this guy talking about? This is bullshit. And then when everyone's talking about it, they forget that I fucking said it. They're like, he's in now because he wasn't before. I don't know what he was thinking before.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, I'm against the tide or something. But
too early, man.
When you get fired like that, it's like a numbing. I wanted to laugh. Like I had enough time when they fired me. There was enough space where I could have done anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was enough time where I could have said anything I wanted to say, done anything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, thank you very much. I don't think that they deserve the satisfaction of seeing what I would say to them. I think because one guy probably thought I had feelings that I would never talk about when I probably could have just unloaded on him about himself. Yeah. But that's just because I think he felt insecure about his job. Of course I can have a lot to say, but I'm a comedian. So that's literally what I do. I see what you do and I'm like, oh, you're dumb. Like you're not good at this. And that's what it was. But with this other person, it was completely like we're friends, and it was just probably a shock to her that I got fired. So I just didn't say anything. And then I immediately came up with the joke of I got fired over Zoom. That was almost like the first thing I thought of.
It's a great joke.
But I wasn't in the office. I actually got up in the morning, and I had been talking to my wife, who wasn't my wife at the time, like, hey, I think they're going to try and fire me. And she's like, well, really? And I said, well, just don't fire me before the wedding, I basically said, because let me pay for the wedding. And I saw in my calendar that there's like a one-on-one in a corporate office. You always get like in your fucking new 2020 days.
Which is, what a fucking piece of junk that is.
Well, we had a one-on-one at 10 o'clock, and then it moved from his office. It was just like always open, so we could either go for a coffee, go for a sandwich, whatever. And then it moved to 1 o'clock in a boardroom.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And I was like, this is them firing me. Like immediately, I was like, "That's me getting fired." And Deanna's like, "No, I don't think so. I'm again too
they're
early.
promoting you.
I'm again too early." My wife is even turning on me. She's like, "No, fucking just go to the meeting." I was like, "I go to the meeting. I'm gonna shot in the back of the head." What are you talking about? You're killing me. So
Go to the meeting.
go to the meeting. So
Meeting at the OK Corral,
was
dude.
like-
You're about to get fucked.
I was like, my only chess move here is to save being embarrassed. The fact that she literally didn't believe me. I was like, I know that what that meeting is. I'm staying home. Because if I'm there and I fucking have to walk out or go to an office and I'm not back, that's embarrassing. I don't want that feeling.
I had to do that.
I don't want that. That probably sucks. So
I laughed at them. Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
You fucking have to. Because you're like, you know what? Especially there, because at the time, there was nobody better than me at sales in terms of like our new job. But what you find out is it really doesn't matter.
But it doesn't make sense. Yeah, we can't. I mean, I understand. I get it.
People just, you want to work in an environment that makes you feel good. And if you happen to be the boss, you are the tone of that whole business. If you're like a B- or a C-, everybody's got to be a C-.
Yeah. Get out of there.
Get out of there.
C-. They want A+ers, dude.
Sometimes if there's like a good leader that understands, that's why there's certain companies that do so well and certain that don't. Because you're like, oh, everyone there is probably like. That's why you see this some shit in Toronto sports. Like I know you don't pay attention to hockey as much, but
I'm trying.
the Leafs, man, the decisions that they make, it's just sometimes it's so obvious. What I realized when I was working in baseball is that the fans know exactly what's going on in those walls. Like
Of the Jays, you mean?
yes, they're literally like when I had to talk to them about the seats, like, hey, the seats are changing and this and that and the other thing. One guy literally detailed for me conversations that I'm like, you literally were not there. It was a meeting I was in. How the hell does Bob, whoever the fuck, since 1980, know exactly? Like he was saying verbatim what they were doing. I was like, God damn.
Just a really informed fan. Dude.
Just people. No, I think that there's this thing that we think as a company, like, wow, we can like trick people. You can't. Like if they're engaging with your product, they know you.
Yeah.
You can't dick them around.
But with the Maple Leafs, they don't do that at all. It's a secret.
It's a secret, and I'll tell you why that is. So when I was with the Jays, I was trying to be like, yo, you should just tell everybody everything that you're doing in the media. Like it doesn't matter. It will help them better if you have a better relationship to them. If you just have if you have somebody that you talk to from Sportsnet, like they'll respect you more and you treat them well. It's easy, right? Grease the wheel, and they won't fucking bite the hand that feeds them. But before they tried this and they released way back in the day, it was like 2016 or something, where they released the increase of season ticket prices, and the Jays literally put like a percentage beside it. They were like, okay, so this is going to increase like 32% or whatever. So obviously they thought they were being nice. So like, hey, here's what we're doing to the fans. We're increasing it, right? But they had written it in such a way that the inner journalist that took that information was like, oh, they're fucking us. Because that's what they were doing pretty much to an extent. And they just didn't want to own it. Instead of sending that document and be like, yo, we're increasing it this much. But here's why we're doing that, because you can't. They want it both ways. They want to just do what they want and have people understand. But you can tell people like, "Yo, we're gonna make this stadium way better, but it's gonna cost you to come a little bit more
For sure.
But you're probably gonna like it."
People were paying like $14 a ticket at one point.
But they only care based on how you tell them.
Yeah, true. They think it's sneaky. If you don't tell them and you don't say anything, that's sneaky. That's a red flag to somebody.
And for some reason, Canadian businesses, I find, like to be a little sneaky with their Canadian people, you know?
Well, I think they think their market base is stupid.
We're sneaky. Yeah, we're dumb. We're dumb consumers.
Like we're dumb consumers. I'm a fucking only a consumer. I've only ever been.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I'm an only fan. I was like, yeah.
Only fan for spending money,
Yeah.
if that was a thing.
Yeah, I spending's fun.
Yeah, sure, but the fucking buck stops somewhere.
It does
dude.
stop. Yeah.
You could spend them. I've run out before. It's not great.
You don't want to spend it to oblivion. I think the best feeling is when you get to a point where you're like, I think adults transition it to food and dining.
Oh yeah.
Because after a while, you're like, well, these shoes run out. You know, shoes wear out. So I'll just get whatever the fuck looks okay.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can't buy clothes forever. I can't buy games forever. I can't buy cars forever. But I can buy steaks till I'm dead.
Oh, I could buy a lot of food, dude. A lot of food. I have never have a problem spending money on food.
Who does?
Bill could come. If it's $500, I'm like, it was
If
great.
you had an amazing meal, what's the best
But
meal
I
you've
get-
ever had in your life?
Gal manger every time.
Really?
Every time I leave that restaurant, I'm like, you could kill me now.
Oh man, I'll take you to some places. I'm going there on next Thursday, but
I hope that you love it.
I probably will.
170.
But I've been to a lot of
170.
those kinds of places.
Yeah. I'm just saying 170. Get the 170 tasting menu.
The best meal I've ever had was at Don Alfonso in 1982. Wait, is that Don Julio? What the fuck is it?
Don Julio. That's a tequila.
No, Don Alfonso 1890 is it's an Italian restaurant here in Toronto.
Where's that?
It's in a hotel. It's at like the top of a hotel.
1890 a la carte menu, fine dining.
It's
Oh wait, that was the one where Jesse got the fucking drink spilled on him.
I don't know if
You went with Vern? Is that the one?
No,
where you
no,
went,
no.
the six of
I
you?
just went with Deanna. This is a Michelin
Oh,
star
okay.
place.
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm already. Oh wow, that already looks great.
Man, I'm telling you, the food that I had there,
Wow.
it was
Verdure.
it was the best food I've ever had in my life. And it's a restaurant that's like a part of it.
Wow.
Italy. It's like a part of the Italian government,
Oh, you could tell.
and it's
Lastice,
incredible.
maialino in porchetta. This is great.
And that's the night that I learned
Tosto di
that you
verdura.
do the wine pairing.
Yeah, but no, I disagree with you
All right,
because you're
we're
drinking
listening.
wine all night. I disagree with you.
I'm listening. I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't hear what you
Yeah,
said.
you're just
honestly.
gonna go right in there and cut my head off.
I was really upset. Yeah, when you said it. No, I just like that's it. The wine pairing's good, and I've done it before. I just don't want to drink wine through my whole meal anymore.
You don't
I
have to do it
that
every
anymore.
time, but I think if you go to a place that has a tasting menu, the first time you got to do the thing with the wine pairing.
So this isn't bad because this is 140 for the a la carte. Wait. So yeah, it's 140 for the a la carte. How much is the wine pairing?
There's two options. All these places always.
I see it.
It'll always have two options.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, you know what though? I'm gonna go to this restaurant.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
you should absolutely go to that restaurant.
$220 a person. It says that's not bad at all.
Man, you will love it. The Italian guy will come up to you. You'll feel fantastic.
Did he speak
Of
Italian?
course he does.
Oh my god, we're gonna have a great time.
He's an Italian sommelier. It's awesome.
How much was the bill in the end? Tell me.
I have no idea.
600.
I don't remember.
600. 700.
You're literally looking at it right in my face. I got to tell you what the bill is?
No, but like that's the price that says you pay for the tasty menu. That's not including the wine and the cocktails.
But there's like a
and
wine
whatever else.
pairing part of it, whatever it is.
But you at the okay, whatever, fine. You don't want to fucking tell me.
No,
You
I'm
wanna keep
saying
it a
whatever
secret,
it
like,
says on
what
the
fuck are
menu,
you doing?
see what it says.
But you remember how I remember everything money I've ever spent in my life.
I don't.
I know all the best.
I don't.
Yeah, you're like an etch-a-sketch, dude.
Yeah.
You spend the money and it's just
I don't
gone.
care at all what happens. As long as the Nvidia
must be
stocks
nice.
are doing what they need to do, you're living your life.
Dude, I should have got in video when your brother told me to, bro.
Pretty
That was
much
just-
everybody in the goddamn world should have done that.
He's like, I remember we were playing Magic, and he's like, because I was talking to him about crypto before I started getting into it, and he's like, Antonio, you shut the fuck up, is what he said. He literally said that. He's like, because you know Jeff, right? He's like so definitive when he
Yes.
talks. He's like, shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah.
Just go. Nvidia is going to be in everything. He's like, you like electric cars? It's going to be in electric cars. Your phone, computer,
Phone,
everything.
AI,
Just get into Nvidia.
everything.
Get into it. And I remember looking at the price, and at the time it was expensive. It was like $450,
Yeah.
I think. But it went down in COVID, and I didn't pay
It's
attention.
at like 1,100 right now.
Yeah, thanks for telling me, dude. I know. I look at it every
It'll
day.
probably split again, hopefully, and then you get
Yeah.
some more.
I think I'm just gonna go all in on like S&P 500 and all the mutuals. I think,
That's good. Then you can be buying some dinners. That's all you really want.
but it's
a
just
couple
like
dinners.
my crypto is doing really well, so I don't really want to touch.
You know
it
what?
right
The thing
now.
I had a problem with crypto.
Yeah.
Too many passwords.
Yeah, it's got to be secure.
I fucking my bank's secure. I just
Well,
look.
your
I just
bank
look
also-
at my bank.
But your bank, like,
I don't even fucking type anything in.
so realistically though, you're not on your bank. Are you on Quest Trade?
No, I'm at TD Bank.
So your bank takes a percentage of your investments.
No, they don't. They only take a percentage of the trades. So it's a commission on
but
the
when
trade.
you get out of it, but if you do it on Quest Trade, I think you don't get. It's all on you. It's 100% for you.
Okay. But I'd rather secure for $10 a trade. I'm okay with the security of TD.
It's only $10. If you do like a $10,000 trade, it's gonna be more than $10.
No, per trade, $10. So, for example, if you're a small fish, you're doing some TD in trading. If you buy 10 shares, you just increased your per share by $1. So that's why you should try to buy as many shares as you can, because that's the fucking fee on the thing. And if you put it in a tax-free savings account when you withdraw it, there's no fucking fees.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I said yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I got to do better at the investing. I'm gonna.
What
be
do you mean?
broken on the street.
Just save well, you don't want to be on the street. The streets will take your truck. Did you work in a jail too? Did you be like, you guys know the guy by chance? Like, you guys asking the inmates, like, you ask around of it?
Yeah, no,
Tundra?
No, not trying to.
Kind of makes sense that the truck would fit in a sea can, because
if it's
they got to ship it to us.
Yeah,
You know? Toyota's not going to be dumb.
No,
I guess it's just because people are sinister. If nobody was sinister, everything would just be like, yeah, of course. My wallet just falls out of my pants when I shake it. It's for safety. It's for safety. No one's going to take it if it's on the street.
but the truck fits, dude. It fits in those sea containers, like no problem.
So now what? What's the goal for this truck? Because to me, there's a terrible omen. The energy around this vehicle,
For everything that's happened to it, it's a pretty terrible.
You need like you need your mom's priest level, you need some of that. She needs to call you and do like a spin your eyes thing. Like where she's smoking something, or I don't know, dancing. I don't know how does
the incense. She's got the incense flinging, and she like puts it towards the truck.
So what's the goal?
It's
Do you
done,
just
dude.
get it back, you sell it? Is that the objective?
I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to sell it, but like, I hate that truck.
What do you mean you don't want to sell it?
I don't know. Like, I like the truck.
Okay.
It's weird. I have a love-hate relationship with this vehicle.
Okay.
It's caused me so much
It
stress
has.
over the past 3 years. But like when I'm driving it, I'm like, and you're just.
Does it even feel like your truck anymore?
Well, now it feels. I feel like somebody fucked my wife, dude.
That's not what happened.
But when you're in your truck driving it, that's what it feels like.
I can relate to that, I think.
Somebody else drove my truck
Because
without
I
my
have
permission.
a wife, but I don't.
Yeah.
No one's ever slept with her. While we're married.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But imagine that was, and then you still like, I got to lay in bed with her next time.
Yeah, and I'd be like, move over.
The truck, dude, is just. I remember driving it to the. I was driving it to the repair shop, and I was thinking like. It just felt so. It didn't feel like my truck anymore.
It's not. It's whoever it wants to be.
Yeah, it's really just like a malleable.
It's almost
thing.
like a
somebody
dog,
else
you
could
know. It's like if you feed a dog enough, it's coming. The truck just needs gas, really.
it just needs.
No options. It's not like it's like, I'm waiting for Antonio.
I'm really upset that the loyalty of my truck is not.
I love how
same
the
way I
app
feel.
really just does not help you in any shape or form.
Didn't send me the push. So it sends me the push notifications, but it doesn't push them.
Mm.
So like when I opened the app, I saw that the window was broken and that the door was open when it was supposed to be
it
locked.
said that the window was broken?
It said that in the morning. Yeah, it said it said the window was open. It means it was broken. And it said the door was open when it's supposed to be locked. But it didn't push those to me. It just told me when I opened the app. When I looked at the GPS.
But you
where it was
got the
parked.
push notifications on there.
They're on for sure.
Yeah,
They've been on because I've done it myself where I forget to lock my truck that's in the parking lot, like at my house. Just because I had a bunch of groceries, you forget. And then literally 30 seconds after I get in my house, it's like, hey, all of your doors are open. And then you just click the button and it locks it. But why did that
safety though? Maybe Toyota's like, okay, we know what a robbery feels like. Let's not get a guy coming out of his house running in his underwear down the street.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because maybe they're just
I
like,
think that's a Toyota thing.
yeah. Maybe they're like, if your car's getting stolen, we don't want to be liable that we pushed all these notifications, getting you fired up in your house. Your Honor, Toyota pushed a lot of notifications. They could have just pushed one, but after 10, we would like to think that they're part of it.
I think it's crazy. I think it's a crazy thing, but it's done now. Hopefully it just gets over with. You know?
I'm pretty sure you just have to sell it. Can you give it back to the dealership? Be like, just take this. Give me something else.
Just take this fucking shit.
Get rid of me and this thing.
I'm going to do that probably, but I got to get it fixed
Go
first.
get a damn Ford, man.
I'm going to get a Volkswagen, dude. I want what you got.
Yeah, you want a little Tiguan?
Well, I want the Atlas. I want the bigger version.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy. I need a bigger car.
You need a bigger car, yeah.
I want to have the roof racks. Canoe's going to go on there.
Your
I want
Ford
it all.
Focus days are behind you.
Dude, my sports car days, I wish they were now. I saw a video last night. I was looking on my phone. A memory
Did you
came
just
up
say your
with a video
sports
of me.
car days?
I had a sports car.
The Ford Escort?
No, the Infinity.
Oh,
you were in it.
okay. I thought you were.
Remember when you were just mad because I was ripping around Toronto and you're like,
well, no,
"Can you
I was
stop
mad
driving
because
like
of
that?"
the amount of flip flops you had in the back seat. Seemed like you were a fucking flip flop salesman, for Christ's sakes. Going door to door, spreading the good word.
Wait, how many flip flops did I
At
have?
least 3 pairs.
3 pairs. I don't even own a pair
I
now.
hated
What
it.
the fuck?
That's the thing. You transition in life. You're like, fuck my feet. That's it. Flops.
Yeah, one pair of flops.
Yeah.
I'm a Croc guy now though. Forever. That's what I'll do.
Croc guy.
I wear Crocs. You don't wear Crocs?
I don't have a pair. I would like. I'm not.
They're the most
You got
practical.
a little excited there with the breathing, eh?
Oh yeah, they're the most practical.
You got a little happy there for a second. You're like, holy heck! Let me regulate the blood temperature.
I was revving up there. Actually, I was getting excited. No, they're the most practical shoe I've ever worn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can go in and out of the water, and then they're dry. They're just dry.
I feel like all shoes are fucking pretty practical.
Okay, take your fucking Yeezys, run in the water, come out, watch what happens. Soak.
Probably wet.
Crocs?
You know,
Water just drips off
shoes are intended to get wet. They're not like, no one's ever advertising like these are all waterproof. There are waterproof shoes nowadays. I have those.
Yeah.
Vests.
You have waterproof shoes?
Very
The
hot.
stupid Instagram. You got the Instagram ad
Dude, they're from
shoes.
Vancouver. They're so good.
What do you need them
Only
for?
thing I like from
You don't-
Vancouver.
Do you go in and out of the water regularly?
No, I just don't. I'm just not a big winter boot guy.
Oh, you wear those in the wintertime?
Yes.
You don't have a pair of Blundstones?
It's
dude?
like walking around with waterproof socks on. Just slushing around.
You don't wear Blundstones?
No. I don't have a
man.
horse. I don't work with cattle. I have a need for such.
They're not cowboy
They're
boots.
literally for that. They're
What?
for horse work.
Blundstones are not for horsework. What?
Honestly, get on the website. You don't. What do you know?
I don't want.
How do I know? How do I know
you know what
more about the Stones?
I don't need another thing where you're right about. I'm going to do it.
How do
to
you
make
not know
happy.
this? They're for that. Literally for that.
Blundstone Canada men's boots.
You've never read.
Damn
them.
it! It's literally right. It's right on a farm. She's just. hanging
That's
on
the
a rope.
only purpose they were designed for.
They were designed to do horse work.
You're working with horses. The other thing I don't really like about Bloodstones, which actually is a good thing about it, so if you're listening to this part of the podcast, please go get Bloodstones. They have no affiliation with us, but one thing I don't like is the people that wear them always wear the shit out of them, and for some reason want me to be impressed that they last. Like, buy
25
another pair. I don't care. I can see your foot. I can see your toe. What the hell? Why are you flexing on me? This is the worst.
I've had this shoe for 30
It's like me
years,
having
dude.
a fucking hole in my crotch. I mean, like, these jeans are amazing, right? Like, I could see your dick. I could see your penis. You stupid idiot.
That's such a funny concept because the shoes are they're so like wear and tear proof and stuff. And then you get the jeans that have holes in them and stuff, and you're like, these are great jeans, dude. I've had
Around the
them for 20 years.
knees, sure. But you know what, though? The problem with holy jeans, I know for a fact you've done this.
No,
Any
don't.
guy who's like, any guy that treats ripped jeans like real jeans rips them more. When you try to throw those on your big toe, just fucking.
Dude, I got a pair of jeans that's ripped from my thigh to my ankle almost, and I wear them still. I still
Where
wear
do you
them.
wear them?
I call them my slutty jeans
Oh,
because you could see my
you
leg.
call
dude. You
them
could
your
see-
slutty jeans, do you?
I call them to myself.
Yeah,
slutty jeans,
I
but now I
hope
guess
so.
I'm telling. Now I'm saying it to you and whoever else is fucking.
You
watching
call
this
them your
shit.
slutty jeans.
I swear to God, I'm putting my slutty jeans
Wow.
on tonight.
I really can't feel any other way about that. Then
What do you mean?
it's pretty gay.
You're wearing a fucking white Schwartz's hat, dude. You look like a fucking smoked meat salesman.
Do I look like
You look
I
like
have?
you work there.
Do I look like I am naked? That's what you just said. Like I walk around naked sometimes in my slutty pants. That's what you just said. That's literally what you just said.
It is what I
You're
just
like, I
said.
love these slutty pants I have.
These slutty pants, dude. I get a little.
I mean,
shimmy
girls
going
have
on when I'm
slutty
on.
pants. Girls aren't
Yeah,
afraid of that
like-
stuff, you know?
No.
The girls are like, yeah, these are I want to have sex in these ones. Like, all right. So much forethought.
Yeah.
But we want
Well,
that.
that's
If
what-
there's a girl that doesn't put a lot of thought into it, you're like, look at this. Look at this. Look, would you look at this? We get so upset.
Well, yeah.
The
we
guys
do.
are so catty. It's hilarious.
What is cat?
Like we're just so like snobby kind of with chicks. Even a guy that likes a chick, a guy that likes a chick that's kind of like shitty. Like some guys like shitty chicks. There's like
Yeah.
a level of shitty chick. You know what I mean?
There's an echelon
There's-
system
for
shitty
everything.
chicks.
There's an echelon for everything. I feel like these kids today are all about like farting in the face. Like it's cute and hot. Like Sexy Red's like, let me fart in your face, Chief Keef. And I was like, we should probably just call her Red.
Yeah.
You know?
Why sexy red? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. Remember when Sexy was just like obviously what it was?
Yeah. Now it's who knows.
I
what
think
it is.
the only thing that they added that I think made sense was like thicker girls to Sexy. They got
because
updated.
they weren't before.
They weren't.
They should have though. They should have.
I think they always were in the background. Like back in the day, those bitches that made pies. Those were, you know what I mean? They were.
somebody was a baker. You know.
I'm pretty sure that witches were just bigger chicks. They were just.
I watched Hocus Pocus. I know.
Yeah, they're bigger. They're
Yeah,
more
yeah.
magical.
They got a lot to go for.
Bigger chicks are magical. Everybody knows this.
I don't know how to feel. I don't.
Why do you
know
think
how
all
to
of Harry
feel about
Potter's
that.
teachers, except that crazy one who read the tea, was skinny? That's why she got fired. McGonagall, she was old, so she was in for a long time
Yeah,
before.
but she was thick though. She was
had
thick,
the
though.
right stuff. Hermione
Yeah.
got skinny. No more movies.
Oh my
We need
God.
thicker witches.
thicker witches, dude.
Thick witches. Today on Thick Witches, we're going to be talking about some of the girls. You watch Golden Girls? When I was a kid, my nana and my mom would always have Golden Girls on.
Blanche.
Blanche Dubois.
It was a great show.
Wasn't bad.
I was more like a MASH guy. I watched a lot of MASH.
Thing is, all that stuff, I kind of miss the time where the jokes, I didn't understand any of the jokes. Nowadays, you understand the jokes. You're like, oh, that's why it was on for all that many years.
yeah, like what about Cheers? Cheers was on forever. Dude.
The jokes.
Ted Danson.
Yeah, I don't know how they feel. Like, is it cool that your whole life is just like filmed and then you can watch yourself young? You think Ted Danson ever just stares at himself young and hot?
Was he hot?
It's good looking. He had a great coif.
He had a great coif. Yeah, I was gonna say the coif was fucking
Back
coiffing.
then, it felt like back in those days, like guys would spend just as much time as women do today on the hair.
Oh yeah, they would.
Imagine like
The curls, the Jerry curls. dude?
Imagine like every single time you left your house, you had to strap on some bell bottoms, get a belt so tight around your waist, and then you just put a little gold chain on with like a nice little shirt tucked in, and you just.
They always like had like a white beater on though. I feel like a white beater and like a blouse or something.
I kind of liked the builds back then. Everyone was slender and tall. A lot of boots. A lot of boots back then, you know?
Your emerald jacket, like you got to find more places to wear that fucking thing, dude. That is a sharp thing.
That's a sharp jacket.
You need to wear that frequently.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't. It's a
Why?
suit, for Christ's sake.
What? It's just a jacket. You could put that on a pair of jeans if you want. Pair of black jeans with dress shoes.
You're not wrong.
White t-shirt
You're
underneath.
not wrong. You been thinking about that jacket? With
Dude,
your slutty pants?
Yeah. Can I borrow it? It's not
Not
gonna
gonna
fit.
fit.
Listen to me.
You're at least
From far away-
twice the man I am.
Yeah, 285. How much you went?
185?
I'm 10 sacks of potatoes.
Yeah, more than
Heavier
me.
than you.
Yeah. That's a lot more. Right now? What's that like?
Yeah.
That's at least $40, $50. That's quite a bit.
I can't remember how much a sack of potatoes
It ain't
costs.
cheap.
It ain't cheap.
Yeah. Well, you thought about something there and then you ditched it.
Yeah, I ditched it. I threw it right in the
Okay.
garbage because I was just thinking about like Loblaws and the fucking.
Wait, is it nap time? I know we're almost at an hour here. You're probably running a little blood sugar a little low.
No, I ate a big meal before we did this. I feel.
Oh,
great.
I haven't even eaten today.
What?
Well, I had to go to the
Are you
damn.
doing
I had to go to
fasting?
the damn medical center because my we'll end on this. I had to go get it because my tattoo's infected. Couple spots.
Tattoos and.
So listen to this, okay? So I have never had a tattoo be infected ever. So parts of it are infected. For like 2 days, I thought I was getting sick because my throat. I thought I had a sore throat. It was my
Yeah.
damn lymph nodes.
Oh yeah, the lymph nodes, dude. They tell you they speak the
They
soul.
just swole up trying to defend me from the infection.
And now it's actually.
Well, the whole time I was just like, "Is this infected?" I don't know what's going on. You know when you don't know basically the first time you go through something. That's why so many people died with like the cold back then. No, the first time you went through it, they're like, "I feel a little tired. I'm just gonna take a nap here." You're dead.
And then they
You're
died.
dead. So thank God for just I was eating vitamin C and shit and trying to just combat it.
Did they give you a bunch of antibiotics?
So I
or
went
what?
today. First of all, the walk-in clinic was amazing. I was like, I wish you were my family doctor. This woman was amazing. She's like, while you're here, let me just test you for everything. I was like, great. Yes.
Nice blood work.
By
piss.
contrast, I reached out to my family doctor the other day, and I was like, your booking website's down. They're like, why you want to book an appointment? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is that the attitude?
Because I'm
I'm
sick.
sick as a dog here. Come on. What do you think? I
I
just
need
want to
it.
hang out with you guys? Like I just want to go and wade the waiting room with a fucking 90-year-old Portuguese guy? What the hell's going on in your mind?
How long was the wait this morning?
I got there at 9 a.m. What time they open? 9 a.m. So I was first. I didn't wait at all. I waited for the doctor.
In Ottawa? In Ottawa, if it opens at 9 and you get there at 9, you're an hour behind everybody else. There's already a lineup of 400.
Yeah, the doctor family shit in Canada doesn't make no sense. So they gave me some ointment. They sent me on my way.
They gave you ointment? They didn't even give you antibiotics?
Antibiotic topical ointment.
What
and
is it?
she gave me a prescription for an oral ointment, oral antibiotic. But she said, listen, she said, try this topical out. If it doesn't work, come back, get the oral. I don't want to just make you take the oral for no reason.
Honestly, oral sucks.
Oral fuck your stomach up.
Just kills good and bad in
Yeah,
your
you don't want
system.
that. Topical ointment
Strep throat. Had strep throat. Terrible.
blew you up.
Blew me up. So you're good. Your leg's going to be brand new.
It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
happens when you get-
Friggin' hurt though. For the past week, holy Christ, it's hurt.
That's what happens when dirty people give tattoos, dude. Dirty
I don't even think it
people.
was that it was dirty. I think it was a combination of he went too hard, so there's a couple maybe blowout spots, and just obviously not perfectly sterile, baby.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, the world is a dirty place.
The world's a dirty place. And next time on Survivor. Okay,
Hey, cut.
that's it. That's it, baby. Feel good about that?
I feel good. Shower. That was good.
Great.